Welcome to Spiritual Dessert Trews for Russell Brand and other people, episode 189. This is sort of a recap. I did one before on Afterlife. I actually did it in pieces and parts and then took a look at it. It's incoherent. So this is a good time as any. This is actually from the 5D News and it was on our portal 11/11, November the 11th. And it's Robert Lanza, Biocentrism. Title is Quantum Physics Proves Afterlife, which is as good a time as any. Presented with the facts. Poor Paris is dealing with their own crisis. And it goes, Robert Lanza claims the theory of biocentrism says death is an illusion. He said that the life creates the universe, not the other way around. This means that space and time don't exist in a linear fashion, as we think that it does. He uses the famous double slit experiment to illustrate his point. And if space and time aren't linear, then death can't exist in any real sense either. Scientists would probably say that the concept of an afterlife is either nonsense or at the very least improvable. Yet one expert claims he has evidence to confirm an existence beyond the grave, and it lies in quantum physics. Professor Robert Lanza claims the theory of biocentrism and teaches that death as we know it is an illusion created by our consciousness. Consciousness is what creates the universe, and not the other way around. And once we accept that space and time are tools of our mind, death can't exist in any real sense either. If we think that life is just the activity of carbon and an admixture of molecules, we live a while and then rot in the ground, says the scientist on his website. Lanza from Wake Forest University School of Medicine in North Carolina continued that we as humans believe in death because we've been taught that we die. But more specifically, our consciousness associates life with bodies, and we know that bodies die. His theory of biocentrism, however, explains that death may not be as terminal as we think it is. Biocentrism is classed as a theory of everything and comes from the Greek for life center. It is the belief that life and biology are essential to reality and that life creates the universe, not the other way around. This suggests a person's consciousness determines the shape and size of objects in the universe. Uses the example of the way that we perceive the world around us. A person sees a blue sky and is told that the color that they see is blue. But the cells in a person's brain could be changed to make the sky look red or green. A person sees the blue sky and is told that the color that they're seeing is blue. It might not be. Our consciousness makes sense of the world, and we can alter that to change the perception. Universe from a biocentric's point of view, this also means space and time don't behave in the hard and fast ways that our consciousness tells us that it does. In summary, space and time are simply tools of our mind. Once this theory about space and time being mental constructs is accepted, it means that death and the idea of immortality exist in a world without spatial or linear boundaries. Theoretical physicists believe that there is an infinite number of universes with different variations of people and situations taking place simultaneously. Lanza added that everything which can possibly happen is occurring at some point across these multiverses, and this means that death can't exist in any real sense either. Lanza instead said that when we die, our life becomes a perennial flower that returns to bloom in the multiverse. Bottom line, what you see could not be present without your consciousness, explained Lanza. Our consciousness makes sense of the world. It's the double slit test, pictured to back up his claims. When scientists watch a particle pass through two slits, the particle goes through one slit or the other. If a person doesn't watch it, it acts like a wave and can go through both slits simultaneously. This means that its behavior changes based on a person's perception. In the experiment, when scientists watch a particle pass, the particle behaves like a bullet and goes through one slit or the other. If the person doesn't watch the particle, it acts like a wave. Matter and energy can display characteristics of both waves and particles, and that the behavior of the particle changes based on a person's perception and consciousness. Lanza added that everything which can possibly happen is occurring at some point across the multiverses, and this means that death can't exist in any real sense either. Life is an adventure that transcends our ordinary linear way of thinking, and when we die, we do so not in the random billiard ball matrix, but in the inescapable life matrix. Lanza cited the famous double slit experiment to back up his claims. This full book, Biocentrism, How Life and Consciousness Are the Keys to Understanding the True Nature of the Universe. I did read some before in earlier shows. You'd have to cite the beginning shows. I think I was wearing some crazy blue hat, maybe a court jester hat. I'm dressed for my birthday. I feel like I'm not so behind because my birthday is late August and my dad's birthday is tomorrow. And we're still celebrating mine. It's because I'm always away. In any case, I still owe Australia and tons of adventures and shows. I love you. I'm sending so much love to the people of Paris for your strength, for your positivity, for your love, for your amazingness in the face of all kinds of negativity. And I'm so super proud. You're angels and you're doing fantastic. So the name of the game is about shaping your universe. I think it's about being firm to your love and your joy and bringing that love and joy to everyone, making the entire place a more joyful and more loving place. In the face of all crisis, we are all the divine one soul inside. Any role that we choose, whether it be the negative role or the positive role, it still is the part of the story. It's like we're writing a story. We're just writing stories of experience. When we get to the end, maybe evaluate our performance and see how well we withstood the pressure of the others who took the role of negative, of foe, of villain. Did you bring about the greatest amount of love? Did you bring about the greatest amount of joy in your mission here? Even if you have the role of villain, you're still bringing about possibly the greatest amount of love from the others. It's never fun to take on the role of the villain, but some have chosen so. I love you all, my one soul, my divine oneness, and know that prayers and strength and joy and love are supporting the innocence and all of God's soul. Love you so much. So going back to that blue and red, I was thinking about that, those colors. There's actually this river, and I had a post this week, and it was about how this untouched river has all these different colors in it. Rainbows of amazing, brilliant red and blue and even yellow running through the clear water. It's maybe almost untouchable, but I think probably some drones have found it to capture pictures. So there's one thing that drones are good for, getting to where we haven't seen the magic yet. Hopefully not ruining that magic. Love you. Try to keep on the up. Try to keep looking for the good. Try to keep finding the good. You will. And you will produce more of that around you. So says this scientist. Produce your highest good. I love you. Mwah. Kisses. There is more to come. Don't worry.